Hey, bro, don't tell me I can't sing. You look crazy,
Off
bro.
the cuff worldwide, baby.
Come on, SE co-side every time.
Feature.
Bro, I got vocals, bro. I used to be in the choir.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was in the choir.
Man was trying to do a little falsetto in that.
Yeah, come on, I was in the choir, bro. I was doing my
Man
thing.
said
Man.
was in the choir.
Yeah, they kicked me out for madness still. Where's my
Bro,
phone?
even in church, you can't even misbehave. You can't even behave.
Yeah, can't misbehave because do I fucking what? No, it was we had on them like you know you have your church gatherings where like all the churches meet up. So like that branch.
Well, a little SPAC Nation link up.
Relax. Relax, yeah. Bro, I'm still I've still got journalists in my DMs asking me about the video I posted, innit?
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy, innit? But we had the link up with the different churches and then so we all doing our performances. So like people did some people did Christian rap.
Bibles,
Choir, Bibles, come on, ballets and Bibles, you know. And I think one other branch was performing and a group of us was booing, innit? It was light boo. It wasn't anything crazy. I was just a little boo.
You're booing in church, yeah?
Yeah, it's a little boo. Bro, it's still competition. What, you think because in church you ain't competing? Fuck that.
When them a shout, boo.
And they singled me out as if I was the only person that booed, innit? But I'm still very much raised on no snitching, innit? These times, it wasn't only me, innit? And a couple people said, it was Fowler. So yeah, man, I didn't get to perform. They kicked me out of the choir. And from that day, me and church was done. You know, some people, they have that defining moment in their childhood. That was it.
Yeah,
Over.
that's mad. That is
How
mad.
can I get kicked out of the choir, bro?
How
for
can
that?
How can you get singled out?
I guess I had a bigger purpose.
Knowing Fols was probably shouting the loudest.
100%.
Allegedly. Yeah, last week definitely I was listening back like, yeah, you're loud still.
Mad.
I had a bit more hoarseness and coarseness to my voice.
Oh,
A
yeah?
couple people say, yeah, you sound really nice. And I was like, yeah, come on. Come on. Man's got a little hive still. Don't worry, man. Missus won't beat you up. It's all right, man.
Quick little hive.
got a little hive, man.
I hear that.
Did you enjoy last week, though?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bruv. I always enjoy it, to be fair. Like, it's
And
not
like,
even a
I
thing.
get that little, you know, like, what did Chris Eubanks say? Endorphins. Get that little high after like we record a good episode.
Yeah, man, and like obviously the chemistry it was solid, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like since day one, whenever we first linked up with them.
Yeah.
90s Baby Show, by the way, for those that
Fred needs to
don't
drop out
know.
the loafers, though. Well, we need to drop
I
out
was
the
doing the
loafers.
YG thing,
No,
yeah.
that's no, just needs to drop out the loafers. Man's doing loafers and white socks with shorts. Nigga look like he can go church, PE. Bro, all that it's very confusing.
Hey man, carefree black boy, innit?
Yeah, carefree, but
Without the rose petals and that. Without the flowery
do you
like
not remember that time period when they were like doing up it felt like this was the narrative of Carefree Black Boy. You had to be running through the field,
hugging each other.
hugging
topless.
each other with daffodils in your hair, wearing pink belly tops. I was like, yeah.
No.
Nah, do you not see that online? There was
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like, you know, it's good to be a carefree black boy. And I'm like,
How long ago was this?
all of the man them are like the majority of the man them are carefree in it.
Message.
Message. It took for a 6'7" Donny, yeah, to go on a show
Bro, I
on
was so
ITV2
annoyed, bro, because it just felt
for
like
people to be like,
I was like,
oh,
where's the Timberlands? Where's the Air Force? Where's the real niggas at? But Carefree Black Boy. You're taking the piss.
what was man rocking though? Like,
What, on the come up?
no, yeah, basically on the come up.
We spoke about it last week. Like, if you was lucky, you might have got Academics tracksuit, but that might be them. Actually, no, this is the guy for it still. This is the guy still.
Man had all the academic tracks.
Lot 29, Lot 29, everything.
He
Yeah.
was just like from the Bronx.
I had an Echo thing still.
Nah, I didn't do Echo.
Yeah,
Like, for
I
me,
begged
still.
my mum for an Echo
Academics. That's all.
Yeah, P had about 15 Academics tracksuits.
All colours. Red,
I
orange.
used to go to his house and like, I don't want to go home.
Bam.
Nigga got bare tracksuits.
Man went to Rock Bottom. There, that's where they sold them. But
Really?
probably fake ones still.
Hey,
No
don't ruin it, man. During the time period before it was lit.
You were lit, man. You were
Where?
lit, bro.
The whole this nigga's bare Academics, bro. Just doing his thing, flexing, bro. Yeah, that time period was boy. Listen, I remember seeing certain man wearing jeans and Astros.
To be honest, I saw a couple Man United players like about 10 years ago rocking that swag.
It is funny. What, have you seen like
You
with
know that-
flashbacks of swag.
Yeah, yeah,
There's a
yeah.
photo of, I think it's Rio
Rooney.
Ferdinand, Rooney, John O'Shea, Nicky
across the
Butt.
street.
And you know what they're wearing? They're dressed, they're wearing like Rockports.
Mad boot cuts.
Hella
With
jean.
loafers.
Hella jean, loafer. And what was, you know, the V-neck jumpers, like the...
With the buttons, with the
button-
cardigans.
yeah.
The V-neck cardigans.
Swaggy back then, though. That was swag back then.
Boy.
But in hindsight...
The
can't
fit
tell,
was
though.
wild.
Yeah, but now you see the young
And
black
brown
youths,
leather jackets.
like what's the left back at United, the new one, Bissaka.
Oh, Wan Bissaka.
Yeah, and then you see Martial, Pogba, doing up bare drip Balenciaga boys.
Hey, you know white guys, yeah, they love a brown shoe. Why?
Navy blue suit and that brown shoe.
I'm trying to think.
Bruv, like that's their go-to, you know. Like,
But they can
trust
wear
me,
it with
when,
everything.
like
Tan loafer.
when you clock white Donnies, like on a night out, if they're wearing shoes, it's brown.
I'm trying to think. Look in the group
Suits,
chat. Look
brown.
in the group chat so see if there's
Jeans,
anyone
brown.
in there.
Love a brown shoe, you know. That's their staple. That's the lads. That is the lads.
We'll
man.
get cracking. Hashtag off the cuff pod.
Come on.
We are back. A good honest conversation. Never hurt anyone.
Yes.
Pod bros are back in the building. False forever.
Mr. Vance.
We got a guest. Well, go on.
We say,
Come on,
we
don't
say.
leave me hanging, bro. YouTube, bro.
on.
Man, like P.
What you saying?
There, man.
Been a minute, man. I've been wanting to do one of these for a minute.
Do you know what, yeah? Fun fact. We recorded our 99th episode in your house.
Serious?
Yeah.
I remember still. Didn't know it was the 99th though.
Yeah.
This nigga living like Fresh Prince. You know, I got the
no.
fucking
Man's got a
the
studio
pool house.
in the
Boy.
back of the yard. In the back of the back.
Shh, keep that quiet, man. What are you telling
Man
people
had
for?
the ting in the back of the back.
Hey, you got proper lads pad back there. I need to come around still again and just chill out.
When you
Yeah.
tell people you got a studio in the back of your yard, bare people want to use it. Keep
Yeah,
it
charge,
quiet,
man, innit?
Charge,
Charge.
man.
Busy
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
and that. You know what I'm saying.
You got to charge, man.
Well looked after.
Yeah, you're living over there, man.
Trying.
Yeah, man.
But I'm happy because before we started recording, you were like, "Yeah, I've been waiting to do one of these." I love like the space we're in at the minute,
Yeah.
but I am like a bit. I want to guard my space or our space jealously. I only kind of want people here that want to be here. Like with me and Vans, bro, we've been grinding for a little while, and so I feel like a lot of people want to come on, not just us, like podcasts, and they want to have a chat, they want to promote, they want to do stuff, but also want to be like, do you want to be here? Do you have an opinion? What's the crack? Have you got a bit of banter? You know, you got a bit about you.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we've managed to, like, get to the space that we're in today.
Yeah.
So it's obviously going to garner a bit of attention, and
Are you trying to lightly say that we might be popping off heavy?
we're doing all right, man.
Nah,
Come on,
man.
man. You got to
Seen
pat
the
yourself in the
journey.
back.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? Man? You've got to recognize your own work
yeah.
in order for other people to recognize it as well. So
Oh, man, I've seen the journey still. Because true say that the theme music. The theme
do you want to tell them another fun fact?
The theme music is one of my tracks, in it. They took the instrumental, ran with
No,
it.
no.
Hey, word on the street is
Easy,
that
easy
we
does
have
it.
one of the best intro music.
Boy,
Yeah.
I
In
give
the
you that.
Allegations are like our intro might be better than your track. Yeah, now P's got a song called Gritty,
Gritty,
innit? Yeah, it's
Gritty,
called
yeah.
Gritty, and it's the same beat.
Shouts to Easy.
Yeah, I
does
just knew it is.
man.
I said to E, right, make me something, and he just sent me that in it, but I totally forgot. So after the fourth week, I was like, where do I know this beat from? Then I think I was at P's house, and he's playing me. He's like, yeah, I got something. I was like,
Wait a minute, that's our track.
you know, rappers say, Raul, you sent my thing to someone else.
Fam, I had it before you. What are you talking about, man?
Hey, man, you made it a hot loud, you made it a hot fucking intro,
Well,
innit?
it's cool, it's cool. It's cool, man.
It's all love, though, man.
It is.
Nah, it's sick, though.
Oh, bro, that's
Nah,
funny.
because the last couple weeks has been dope. I feel like we've had like our brethrens in the building, innit? So, but you know, give the people a little bit of for people that don't know who you are, what you do.
Well, I started rapping in school. Wasn't taking it serious, but I've been making music since I was 11. I'm not even going to say the age, but it's been a couple of years. Went university, studied commercial music performance, performed all through London. Did a lot, like my cousin's Da Vinci, so I was in the studio all the time. Tiny Temper, Wretch 32. Like, I've been amongst a lot of artists just learning and growing, but it took me getting to a point where I needed to do what I wanted to do and kind of just isolate myself from everyone and just figure out what I wanted to say to the world. So after that, I've just been like isolating myself and making the music I wanted to make, and I've made Rebirth and the Isolated one since, and it's been like probably the best music I've created.
Yeah.
Is that so? Isolating yourself, is that the motivation behind the title of this one?
Yes, I feel like I was making music with my brethren, Easy Does It, my manager at the time, Toby, and we was creating music from teens till like early 20s. And I found that what I wanted to do, I didn't know. I was still growing. I was still trying to find what it is I wanted to say to the world and what sound I wanted to bring out. But I found that we was just following what's current, following the trends, and we weren't standing out. Do you get what I'm saying? So the Isolated one is me kind of stepping back from everything, stepping back from all my friends and everything, and just closing myself off, finding solitude and understanding what I want to say to the world.
Yeah.
Learned so much about myself, recorded 3 projects within that space of time, came off social media and everything, and just really
You're Muslim now?
Spiritual.
come on, spiritual. Really just had to find myself. You get me?
You are stupid.
I know him too well for this.
Yeah, man, yeah, that does sound very spiritual.
Fam,
you
I had
know,
to go.
No socks, kind of
Trust
just
me.
in your yard.
Nature, boy. I just
like,
had to
Take a
just
water, you might need it, bro.
say sorry, man.
you know.
But yeah, like I found what I wanted to say to the world and started creating again. Started creating my music from scratch, and really, it's just been a journey of starting again, basically.
So what did you do that was different to like? Obviously, you said that you were doing things to fit in, but you weren't standing out. Did you change the producers that you were working with? Did you change your writing process? Like,
Yeah,
what was it specifically?
I started to kind of, before when I was making music, I was struggling to write because it wasn't coming from a real place. Then I started finding beats online and purchasing them, and the music just started flowing out of me because it was real. It was coming from a real place. It was what I wanted to say to the world. Do you get what I'm saying?
That connection.
Just felt so aligned. So, yeah. From then, just the production, the subject matter is everything coming from me rather than external influences. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's all right still, because I remember you did one of my shows, I think about 6-7 years ago,
maybe.
something like that.
Come on, show us your age. Show us your age, innit? It's all right. Show us your age, bro. 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Yeah, you did one of my shows a few years ago, and listening to your music now and listening to it then, there's a huge difference in subject matter, the tempo, and just the overall sound. Like, you know, it's like a wave, but like a motivational wave. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, imagine like feeling so good about yourself, like motivational. Yes, I can do this. Like, let me empower somebody, but be on a wave at the same time.
That's what I've kind of tried to do, because I feel like conscious rappers tend to jump on.
You lot are boring, bro.
I know,
It gets boring after
I know,
a while,
that's
do
what
you know
I'm
what I'm
saying.
saying?
Conscious
You're
rappers.
fucking boring. I love you lot. You're probably gonna make heaven before most of us, but fam, it's not gonna be lit when you
I
get.
hear that, bro. I hear that, and I.
Because it's to find balance. What they say, what's the old adage of putting the medicine in the candy?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to find, like, remember Kendrick's, not first one, but like when he was on with Good Kid, Mad City, you had swimming pools. That was playing in the club.
Yeah.
If you listen to the lyrics properly of that, there's some deep messaging in there, innit? Like, but man found, even a better example, you can be in a dance and they could play Shackles, Mary Mary. That's gospel, bruv.
Yeah, but
No, I'm saying
towards
that
the end
you
of the
no, but you
radio.
find a way of it can still coexist in that same space, and they're not being anything other than themselves, innit?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if that tune drops, I'm definitely going to the bar. Maybe to the
Straight.
toilet.
Of course,
Maybe
yeah.
speak
Double
someone
vodka.
outside.
Yeah, that's not my go-to. Or okay, cool. Kanye West, Jesus Walks.
Walks.
Like there's examples.
That
you know what I
knocked.
mean? Yeah,
That knocked.
No, I hear
yeah.
you, but I've consciously made the decision to come with subject matter and substance, but try and pick beat selection that still makes you want to vibe. And I find that conscious rappers or rappers that are talking with substance, they choose like old school beats, don't keep up with the times. You get what I'm saying?
Super lyrical, miracle,
Yeah.
spiritual,
And it's
physical, biblical rappers.
and it just comes across
Jerusalem.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Though.
So I've tried to kind of keep up with what's current, but come with a message at the same time. And so far, people are enjoying it.
You know, yeah, the listening part that was last week, innit?
Yeah.
That was dope. Really good event. And it was nice because I always bug, like, send me music. Like, I'd heard one or two songs, but, like, I was happy that I got to listen to the project properly with everybody else. And I just got to take it in. You know what we can do? Because I know we're going to have different plays. You know, our convo goes tangent, you know, off the cuff podcast. What do you want to play?
From the project.
Yeah, to introduce yourself to our listeners.
I'll play
And our listeners are very honest.
the isolated one. Just start with the isolated one.
yeah, no, but we
Track
gotta
num-
keep them talking. 'cause
track
it's not
2.
ready, innit?
Yeah. I said technicals, you know. I thought you had that in the
weren't
chamber,
prepared,
big man.
Nah.
You can't go to war, bro. Sorry, Sarge. I haven't got my rifle.
Bruv,
What do you
man.
mean, bruv?
Come on, man.
Them man are over there trying to kill us.
I didn't know we were gonna get into it this early.
Yeah, we're here, bro. You know we're here.
I hear that.
But you said, I know from some of the conversations we've had, I know you locked yourself away. How was that for like your loved ones and your family, your friends, when you went through that period where you're like,
Well,
I need to focus on me?
like the journey was a bit nuts. Like I totally changed from what I was doing before. Like going out partying all the time and like all about materialistic stuff, and like that's what my friends probably were used to. And then when I changed, I was more about like peace and like love in the world, and it must have been speaking to one of my boys the other day. He was like, he thought I'd gone crazy.
Serious?
Like, and I understand it because it was such a swift change from what I was doing before to where I was at, and I didn't know how to explain it to people because I didn't expect it myself. You get me? So to my loved ones, it might have been like, where's Parris? Like, where's he gone? Like, why is he acting like
I just
this?
thought you got some vegan pussy. I was like, right. I was like, this nigga right here, he got something different. You know what I'm saying? He got the end of the rainbow. So that nigga, he made it to the promised land.
Pot of gold.
He found something, bro. I said, this nigga out here floating.
It's just one of them things. Like when you go through like such a drastic change within yourself, sometimes like whilst you're still trying to process it, you got your friends. They're trying to understand what's going on when you haven't yet processed that yourself.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you explain that to people when you don't even know? Like, right, you're trying to find like that whatever you're searching for, but you don't exactly know whether you like.
There's
what
also
you're
remember they've got
searching
an old reference point, so they know the old you and they're getting to know the new you. So there's an uncomfortability and like growing pains, whatever.
And he's
Which-
getting to know himself.
Of course,
Trust
yeah.
me, fam. It was such a shock for me. I thought I was going crazy myself. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, just being by myself for that period of time, coming off social media and just focusing on like nature. I was like walking, like you said.
Man was moving like Janae Aiko, you know. Man was moving.
But what the crazy thing is
This nigga
that
walking in Croydon barefoot. I was like, lock him up.
what the crazy thing is, I saw people around me going through the same thing, like artists going through the same thing. You see Jim Carrey's acting a bit different to what you're used to.
Yeah, his interviews
And
were a
it's
bit...
like that's what I was going through, and I could relate to what he was going through. Like so much. There was a few artists. There was B.O.B. Don't know if you saw some of his videos. But
He's
he
a
was
flat earther now.
He was out in the woods doing some.
Oh, swear
get what
down.
I'm
Is that what
saying?
he's doing nowadays?
But it was similar things that what they were going through is what I was going through, and then I could kind of find like relation to that and know that other people are going through the same thing. So
He's like, I'm not
Do you
going
wanna-
mad.
Yeah,
It's
do you
happening
know
outside.
what? I want to keep it here, like, for a little bit. Like, do you think that we all go through those stages in our lives where,
stage?
like, we're trying to, we're detaching ourselves from our old selves and going into like a new, but like in such a drastic way? In how P's saying, like, have you been through that?
Yeah.
On a certain level, yeah, and maybe I've not necessarily spoken
Yeah.
about it out loud or admitted it, but like, yeah, like, just okay. These lot know me really well, innit? I feel like, personally speaking, I'm a lovely guy. Personally, innit? But the other people that might not have that share that same sentiment, innit? So like, I've got some unresolved issues. I've alluded to like a bit on the podcast,
sure.
like relationship with my dad, home life. Sosa knows like me very well, so he will know what I'm referring to. A lot of anger,
Right.
and now I want to lead with love. Doesn't mean I'm a pussy, because listen, we get on a cracking, innit?
Why do you have to?
No, because in this day and age, you have to have the disclaimer, innit? You have to let them know,
Let
innit?
them
Yeah?
know. Let them
Yeah,
know.
don't look at me. Yeah, like I owe you anything. Yeah, other than smoke.
I hear that.
But we lead with love. But no, what it was
That's a healthy balance.
yeah, no, it's I know where I could go to with it, and it's more of like, leave me alone. I don't want to do that, because genuinely, I want to lead with love and just have like. I remember being when my mum felt that maybe not that I could have gone off the roads, or like she was just a little bit worried with what was going on outside.
That
she
you may have been at risk.
She made a conscious effort for like, she's what she said. Inside the house may not be conducive for your friends, but bring your boys and just sit outside the house.
Yeah.
How many times my mum went and bought this little sofa, and it would be me, Sosa, P, Tobes, E, and then all the other man that was a bit left wing. You know the man who was talking about last week? A little bit left wing. They would come and chill outside my bit. And at least for that hour, 2 hours, Sosa's mum knows you're outside Fuller's house. P's mum knows you're here. We're all somewhat safe. Now, other stuff can happen outside of that, but amongst that, man, and because there was no pressure with these, man, innit? Like, no one's trying to be bigger or badder or have the most gal. Like, it was just, these are my friends. It was just normal.
Yeah.
And they know, because I've got the other side of our ends who I'm really cool with, who are up to no good. But around my bridges, there was none of that pressure, if you know what I mean, innit? So I think
I came for the jello fries, to be fair.
yeah, of course. Mumsy will be making man in pounded jam, like everyone's enjoying. Like
That's it.
She know it was super blessing. She says today, like when they come to my house, like I'm not seeing you in years. You didn't come and visit. My mum agrees them up and stuff. But I think that was in a kind of penny drop for me.
Yeah.
So it might not be on the same level, but it was just like consciously knowing that I don't feel like I could keep moving like this.
Yeah.
Because I'll have an issue with someone. I'll be the idiot where I won't run and something will happen to me.
Yeah.
Or I'll mouth off too much and get snuffed. Like
Yeah.
that type of stuff. And sometimes that's good if it's just one punch.
Yeah.
But in this day and age, these niggas are tap dancing. What's my man? Richard Flatley, tap dancing on your
Michael Flatley.
Michael Flatley.
Lord of the Dance.
all over your windpipe and that. Like, you might not make it. Our era, a little Russian. Now,
yeah.
they're sending you to
There's
A&E,
more.
bruv. Like,
There's more to do. I just think that, like, obviously, that's like an integral moment within, like.
and I understood it and recognized it, and I was looking back. I'm very happy. And in the moment, I was just like, I clocked it, because I wasn't even like the baddest or the naughtiest, or I was even the best behaved. It was just like I could see where this thing could go wrong, and I just made a conscious effort to keep my head down.
Oh yeah, like
I just tried to stay out of the way.
those are the pivotal moments that like make the biggest impact without you even realizing, because like these like 1 or 2, 3 acts of service could do a lot in the long run. You're thinking, right, this is my normality. This is cool. But obviously, like when we leave that stage of our lives, we're obviously naturally going to change as we get older. But we've been adults for quite some time now. Do we have those transitions like within our adulthood? Is what I'm saying. Is like, do we go through that? Because
I find that from
chewing gum.
yeah.
My listeners are gonna hate you still.
Sorry, I won't chew it that much. But I find that like we've been taught by our environment, by the circumstances that we've been put in, by TV, by friends, and etc. since we've been young, all the way through. And we don't necessarily find that time to kind of shut off from everyone else. We literally are around people all the time, getting influenced by what other people are doing. And unless you kind of find that time to isolate yourself and find solitude, you might not even find what you want to do, because your friends are saying, let's go and do this. But when are you going to find the time to actually go inside and know what it is.
And
Do you
there's
get what I'm
also
saying?
the fear of like, you're saying that you were getting into nature. You can't really sit with the man and be like,
Exactly.
oh, yeah, like man.
Man's on this David Attenborough thing still.
Fam. I was,
Nah,
Man wants to
I
go
was,
centre
I was
parks.
meditating every day, fam.
You
Like,
know about those side, I used to see you post that like with your friends. We got to joke each other, and that's how we are in it. But like, I was like, that's dope, innit? Like, I just want to kind of like stop all the noise for a bit because I feel like as we get older, my days roll into weeks, they roll into months. So like, this is gonna come out. Like you're hearing this now.
Something.
It just feels non-stop at the minute.
Yeah. It's very
non-stop.
non-stop, and something's got to give. Like you know,
it's a
so
cycle that we're in. Every day doing
So,
the
like,
same thing, going to
growing up
work.
as inner city kids, like we don't really have the time to appreciate things like nature. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much out there that we can, and you could just like have that one realization that, yeah, this is me. You know, like I'm able to cut out the noise and de-stress because like it's very much a hustle and bustle mentality that we all have.
Listen, this life, if you don't get money, you go suffer.
You gotta suffer.
And that's what we're fucked up with.
That's
Like,
what we're chasing.
we're chasing that so much, and then you'll get there, and then people are stressed out, or someone's got like a terminal illness now, and trust me, they'll trade all that money just to be able to have good health,
Facts.
just to be able to spend more time with their loved ones, and like find. You know, they say about finding that good work-life balance. Because one of the guys from the workplace now is leaving, and he's already understanding that he's about to go and get a lot more money, but have no time, and he's like, he's saying to me, Fols, I've got a plan, I'll just do it for a year. And I hope he does it for a year.
Get sucked in,
But
man.
I know.
But you get sucked in.
And when
Remember
you taste that
first
sweet honey,
paycheck,
that
that first
And
paycheck.
also, you don't want to be like, when you're at a certain point in life, you never want to actually go back.
Yeah.
And we're at the age right now, and we're gonna keep on going to a higher age anyway. But it's like when you get to a certain point in life, you need to keep on growing. You need to grow as a
100%.
person. This is how I see life is that if you ain't involving, like how you said that from our teens to now, if we haven't involved, like you keep on still doing the same thing right now, you need to look at yourself now.
Yeah.
100%.
Self-evaluation is
100%.
key.
We have to evolve as people, and if you're still doing the same thing, you need to, maybe the people that are around you aren't helping you, or you need to take yourself away. 100%. So
what are you saying? What was holding you back, P?
Not even, bro. Not even.
Isolated one, bro.
It's balance.
Isolated.
You need a balance, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and that. But I needed to go through that.
Yeah.
Like, just seclude myself for a couple of months to just, find myself. And then now that I've kind of come back to reality, because I was in a totally different place. But now that I've kind of come back to reality, I can come back and mingle amongst my friend with a new message in my mind that I need to get out there.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But if what the show was saying, you have to evolve. If I stayed in that same current space where my lyrics were about beating this girl and going to this club,
I mean,
and
there's
drinking.
nothing wrong with that.
I'm
bro.
not saying that, bro. I'm not
It's
saying
such a
that.
lifestyle.
But I hear that. But if you listen to the current state of music at the moment, what's playing on radio, everything sounds the same. Especially from the UK rappers. Everything sounds the same. There's no substance. And it's like, the conversation needs to shift.
But whose fault is that? Is that the establishment or the creatives?
I think it's a bit of both, because you got creators that are slightly older that are getting rewarded for what they're talking about. So it's only going to make the younger ones talk about the same thing.
Yeah.
And the establishment are rewarding them. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be rewarded. I'm just saying there needs to be a balance in the game.
It's us. We're rewarding it. We are liking it.
Yeah,
we're
but
controlling the music right now. So
but-
what we like, they'll
Man, them want
continue
to turn
put out.
up.
No,
Do you know what I'm
no,
saying?
no,
it's
So-
true.
100%.
Bro, I've been at work 48 hours. You're telling me I don't you have manners? You're telling me I can't enjoy my weekends, yeah?
I'm just saying there needs to be a balance,
Yeah.
because the game, like, where's the substance rappers? The rappers that are talking like J. Cole's and your Kendrick Lamar's and
They're
all
one of the
them.
leading
Well, you're here.
rappers.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I think sometimes.
am I established like the Krypton Conans and all them sort of people? Once I
but
get
you
to that stage,
But
I
you
can-
got to earn that though.
I know, I'm not saying I
it's-
don't have to.
Yeah, but it's. I think not you, but I think there is that mentality sometimes. Oh, because I'm talking positive, I should just get through the door, bruv. I can't dance to your music, bruv.
I hear that. but
Like I can't flex.
You know my how gifted I am with making music.
Yeah.
I can make music that people can dance to,
Yeah.
and I still want to do that. I don't just want to talk conscious all the time. Talk about important stuff. I want to talk about gal, but I want to do it in a way that's not degrading at the same time, but still make you want to vibe.
So you out here respecting
To these
women.
women.
You out here respecting these girls, huh?
Yeah, bro. Because who like most of
No,
the
I do
lyrics
feel
that
you. I
I
think-
hear are
I
not.
asked the question: Is it the creatives and in terms of the artists, is it the establishment? So said it's us. I think we as a listenership, as an audience, also have a responsibility within that because deep down, you know what's right and what's wrong. Really and
But it's
truthfully,
become so
and
normal.
then who do you champion? Who do you like? Since you've had this podcast, yeah, there's been maybe a handful of artists, and the one that kind of falls into that mode is someone like a Shay Lingo.
Right.
From day one, you go listen back. Like the last time we sat down was like 2015. We even needed like a part 2 for a conversation with him soon, long overdue. That's someone that I've been championing because
Yeah, 100%.
that when I said I had that seminal moment, I was younger, where I was acutely aware, like, if I keep moving this way, it could be fucked. I also saw someone like that, and I was like, he reminds me more of the man them in ends than all the bad boys.
Yeah.
Because there are more, see like how we spoken about the time with Ovi and Love Island,
right.
and everyone's all, oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm like, bruv, that's man them. Like, that's how most of the man them move. Like, of course we have the element of the roads, whatever, and yes, that is there, but the normal brothers, there's way more of them. That's why a J. Cole can cut through. That's why a Kendrick can cut through. That's why even a Drake on a certain level can cut through.
Yeah,
Big
them
Sean.
man are conscious, but they're still talking about beating.
No, but I'm saying,
like
like even like a Kanye.
Exactly.
All those kids are like the fruit of that Kanye tree because for the most part, man, them are normal, bruv, innit? So we need to also champion that because what happens is, why like road, I don't want whatever term you want to coin it, road rap, underground, like the crud music here will cut through is because it's the soundtrack for the guys that are really doing that stuff, but it's also escapism for the normal brothers. And you know, like what is Tiny Tempest? I've been to Southampton, I've never been to Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
Those out of London areas where they don't get to see that, they for 3.5 minutes get to live vicariously through an artist. I'll give you an example. Giggs got a song called Hustle On. And it's got Idris in the video where they're in the range, innit?
Yeah.
And Giggs says, I flang a box at him. We know what he's talking about. They think Giggs is throwing punches. You see what I mean? There's already a miscommunication, but it's a win when you like the song, innit? Yeah. Double entendre. I could be throwing a bang. I could be dishing out a box, innit? We know what the terminology really means, innit? But for those 3.5 minutes, that's why back in there Eminem could cut through because, like I said, that nigga they ain't respecting his mum. He wants to kill himself. He wants to shoot up the school. He's suffering with identity crisis. Now I've got someone to live vicariously through. I'm going to follow it foolhardy. So it's like, let's also, as an audience and listenership, be really critical and like really be honest with myself and be like, nah, I relate to that more. I like to hear a mad angle from Shay Lingo. I like to hear a black girl magic because we out here respecting these women.
Exactly that. So what you wanted to play the isolated one?
Yeah.
Just start off.
Said I've never seen flowers grow out the pavement. I've only seen flowers lay on the pavement. When man them get shot, lay in the graven. Got all of his ops, wanted his papers. All them cops want us down in the station. And if you got guap, then you got haters. Snakes and pagans, gotta escape it. I grew more when I was isolated. Said I grew more when I was isolated. I was having them inner conversations inside my head. High on rotation, inside was blessed. Outside it's been raining, the streets are blood red. Real ones, no fake ones. Grew on the estate young. Still had to isolate myself from my day ones. My path was no straight one. Everyone wants A1, but how many sticks have to light up every year for that cake, bruv? No birthday. Police come, we play dumb. They wanna be down, I elevate up. The streets been taped up, they hate, I radiate love. It's peak, all my people been asleep, I stayed awake. Cause talk about guns in my 8 bars. Talk about funds, then they'll rate ya. In this game, man, the rock is stone cold. If you keep moving cane, soon you'll meet the Undertaker. So I need a couple W's, so I don't give a F.
Alright, my guy.
Okay, all right, we see you.
You know,
We see you.
couple horns
bars,
to that.
two bars.
Yeah, couple horns to that.
Key over there, producer fans.
You know what? This is exactly what we were talking about, like in regards to content. Do you know what I'm saying? Like subject matter and how it sounds. It's not something that will make people switch off. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like there's wordplay in there as well.
Yeah.
The beat,
Yeah.
you know.
Wait till you see the visuals to that. Visuals are cold, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
But like I said,
and that's
like-
part of the package.
I've come from making like bars that are just about anything and just punchlines, and like I've done the homework. I've done my 10,000 hours in this, like writing lyrics since 11 till now. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm a big man now, so I've gone through the journey of just I've done acoustic music. Like I've been trying to find myself.
Doing up Shoreditch vibes.
Yeah.
I've been trying to find my sound, find myself through this journey, changing the music here and there. And because I've done all of that, I'm skilled at it now. So when it comes to writing this stuff, I'm still throwing in punchlines, throwing in stuff that people won't even clock until they listen to it a couple of times. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like I can come from this angle but do it differently to rappers that have done it before.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? But still throw in the odd tune here that just makes you want to dance. There's no real message, it's just dance or vibe. Do you get what I'm saying?
So when's the tape out?
The tape is out on the 31st of August. Pre-order is on the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah, a week before.
You got full support. We'll make sure we plug and spread the message and stuff.
Yeah, you heard that shit here first. You know.
And we'll definitely play a couple cuts throughout the pod, whatever. Yeah. But before we even started, how is everyone?
We good, man.
Yeah.
Bless,
man.
Yeah.
I had a rough weekend.
What gone?
I mean, nothing to be sad about.
Okay.
Like, I was really out in these streets.
Well, community outreach.
Oh, bruv, there was just so many things on.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, bruv. Like, even on a Sunday, a day of rest.
Yeah, the weather was alright.
See, man there. DDS, you know what that is?
I don't know what that is, bruv.
Dick delivery service.
No, bruv. It had nothing to do with any of that. You know what I'm saying? It was just an expensive weekend.
Yeah.
And
But we got another one coming up. Bank holiday weekend's coming up.
You saying carnival, yeah?
Bro, I got a 5-day weekend. It's lit, fam.
Oh,
Monday
yeah.
off, Tuesday off, Wednesday off. Don't tell my girl I do because she's gonna try and
Bro,
get off same time.
everyone's got Monday off.
But I said, but don't shit on my weekend, bro.
I said Monday off like it was an exclusive.
Some people still work on bank holidays, so
Shout
I'm
out to
gonna.
them,
I worked in retail a long time. I'll salvage the bank holiday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm off, bro. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy. As much as sometimes you think I'm gonna do bare bits and probably do nothing outside of the Monday. Of course, we'll do carnival, we'll flex, whatever. We gotta go out and touch the people in advance, you know. You know what I mean, man. Co-sign that, bro.
Monday carnival is gonna be a vibe. They've already started boarding up the ends as well. So
Cool.
that's when you know
Preparation.
It's here, man. It's here, man. So
We were going to link up, yeah?
Yeah,
Just confirmed, yeah?
I don't know, man. Do you know what it is?
What's wrong with the man then?
Do you know what it is, yeah? Like, obviously, the past couple of years, man, like, the less is more for me, innit?
Oh, you're not trying to roll over too much man or whatever?
Yeah, man. Like, I've been there, done that. And, like, my best ones over the past couple of years have just been me and my guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so...
But you bump into people when you're out and about, whatever, yeah.
Man. Like, if you see the man them, say hello in it.
Yeah.
That's all that it is, man. It's
matters.
like love. Apparently the weather's gonna be good. So why not, man?
I will flex. I want to go. I want to try. I want to try. I need to go and see Barbershop Chronicles before the end of the week.
Ah, yeah, shit. I went to see that last week.
Yeah.
For those who haven't seen it, by the time you probably hear this, you probably got what, like 2 days left.
Yeah, I think it's 2 days.
I think the last show's on the 24th. If
For real. You're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But I went to watch it last week, and I was blown away. Like, literally, it was no intervals, but you didn't even clock. Do you know what I'm saying?
How long's the production?
Hour and 45.
Ah, that's cool.
So it's just like watching a movie,
Yeah.
I suppose. So yeah, it's gripping from the start, man. Like, it's got everything in it. It's got like the comedy element. It's got a lot of seriousness in it, like history, culture, all blended into one production. Do you know? And like, there's a lot of like vibrant characters in it, in the cast.
We got
Demi
Tom
was-
Nucci,
yeah,
you got Tom Chappelle.
Yeah, he was, for me, he was the star.
What, Tom was a star? Or
Dems.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, Tom, he did his thing as well. So yeah, man, like, I recommend like as much people as possible.
Oh, you got
to go
2
see
days,
it.
man. Go spend
Yeah.
your money wisely.
Yeah, spend your money wisely. Like, you know, if you want to have restricted viewing, then it's a cheap ticket. But if you want the best seats in the house, you're gonna have to
Where
fork
was
out a
you
little piece.
sitting?
Man was sitting in a good place. You get me? Man saw everything, innit?
Just making sure,
So
bro.
I'm saying the bag is correct.
See, then when I say next week he's got the bag on, nah. Trying to do damn downplay. I ain't got the bag.
What? We all have salaries here. What do you mean?
Yeah. Something like. Something like, not too crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, go and see it, man. If you can. But yeah, man, we good.
Yeah.